Yeah.
I'm doing something right.
I honestly believe it was love at first sight because there was something about her that I had never seen in anyone before, and I hadn't even met her. So
I'd like to know what that is too. What is it?
So
We went to the same high school, and I knew who you were.
She was too cool to know who I was, so we didn't really know each other. We had some mutual friends, but then we actually both ended up going to the same Bible college a couple years later and kind of re-met through some other mutual friends at Bible college, and then, yeah, things just kind of progressed from there.
Here we are.
I had just got saved, and my sister invited me out to church. And I'll never forget that day because me and my other sister who got saved came into the church building, and my oldest sister was with a group of boys. And all of a sudden, those group of boys turned around and they all started coming towards me and my other sister. And they were all saying, you know, hi, I'm so-and-so, I don't remember any of their names. But then the boys separated, and there was like this aisle, and this young man came down the aisle, and he came to me and he reached out his hand and he said, hi, I'm Robert Alexander Miko. It's a pleasure to meet you. And I will never forget that day because we were fairly young, and I'm like, who talks like that at that age, number one? But it was like the angels were singing and there was a spotlight on him, and that night I went home and thought about him the whole night, just thinking, who is Robert Alexander Miko?
Well, it was this time of the year. We were at a youth event, and they had this game where you go off into the corn patch, which sounds kind of corny, but actually, and I wasn't stalking her, but we ended up holding hands, and I still kind of remember that feeling of, you know, holding somebody's hand for the first time. And I gave her a ride home in my red convertible, and that did it, right? So, yeah.
We met in church. I was in a service and Alvin was singing there. He's been a singer traveling around the world for years, and I had never heard of him. And so I met him after the service, and he was interested in the ministry I was involved in. And so he wanted my card, and I gave him my card. And when I got home, there was a message in my inbox. So I responded, and then he wrote back, and I responded, and he wrote back. And I've been responding ever since, right?
pretty much.
Am I responsive?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Very, very responsive.
Yeah, I try.
From my perspective, it was just something that stood out about Tanya. And so when I introduced myself to her, you might be wondering why I introduced myself the way I did to her. I said, I've got to make a distinction. And I did want her to remember me. And I did want something to actually start. So we met in church, and yeah, it was love at first sight. No doubt about it. There was something very special about her, and literally our relationship from that day forward just started building from a friendship to a companionship to eventually being married.
Just being asked if he could take me home just kind of was, wow. I had never had that before. And then I waited, and he asked me out on a date, and we went to a Christian concert where there was like quartets playing. So that was kind of our dating years back in the day when quartet music was popular.
So we just connected, and we probably wrote and spoke for about a year before we actually met again.
Yeah.
So I lived in the States, you lived in Canada. I wasn't looking to get married again, and it was about a year. And then finally, a year later is when we actually met. Who said I love you first?
Do you remember?
I did. 100%.
I think that checks out.
It's a great question.
I think I did.
I think you did.
Yes, I did.
I
Yes.
think you did. It was him.
I think you did. And I said, thank you. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Probably said it in a card or a letter, because we did write while we were dating. So
Yeah.
don't remember exactly who said it first.
Hey friends, we really hope you're enjoying the marriage conversations here on our A Better Us YouTube channel.
We have hundreds of more helpful marriage videos designed to give you hope and tools to make your marriage even better.
Right. And you can see just a few options we think you might like here and here. So keep exploring.
Oh, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here so you don't miss out on all the great marriage help we have coming your way all the time.